मोबाइल आप उनको स्कूल में रखेंगे, स्कूल में मोबाइल भी
Okay, good afternoon, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Now let us continue with our chapter that we were studying in the last class. Let us see what we have done so far and what we are yet to do in this chapter. The name of the chapter is Light, Shadows and Reflections. Now let us see what we have done so far in this chapter. In this chapter, children, in the beginning, I told you that light is something that travels in a straight line and it makes all other things visible to it. Okay? It makes all other things visible to us. Is it okay? Then we also saw an activity which shows that light travels along a straight path. In this activity, we took a candle and lit it. We burned the candle and we saw the candle using a straight rubber pipe or a metallic pipe. Whatever the pipe is available, but it should be straight. So when we use that straight pipe to see the candle was easily seen. The candle was easily seen. But when we bent the pipe, when we bent the pipe with the curved shape, it did not show the candle. What does this indicate? It indicates that light always travels in a straight path. Okay, children? Then, depending upon the ability of an object to emit light of its own, objects were classified as luminous objects and non-luminous objects. So such objects which have light of their own and they emit it are called luminous objects. For example, sun, stars, tube light, bulb, LED bulb, etc. All these are objects which have their own light and emit it are called luminous objects. Okay, children? While some other objects which do not emit light of their own are called non-luminous objects. For example, we can say blackboard, chalk, duster, notebook, book, desk. All other these materials which do not have light of their own and hence they do not emit it are called non-luminous objects. Okay, children? Is it okay? Then one note, I told you to write one note about the moon. Moon is not a luminous object, although it reflects the light that falls on it from the sun. It reflects the light that falls on it from the sun. Okay, children? So, moon is a non-luminous object. However, it reflects the light which falls on it from the sun. Okay? Is it okay? Okay. Now, then we classify the objects as transparent, opaque and translucent objects based on the property of transmission of light from one side to the other side. Okay, so transparent objects are such objects which allow light to pass through them and hence makes things visible across it. These are called transparent objects. For example, window glass, air, water, all these are transparent materials. Okay. Then second is opaque materials. Such materials which do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque materials. For example, wood, wall, stone, rock, all these are opaque materials because they do not allow light to pass through them, and hence we cannot see across them. We cannot see across them. Okay, children. So these are called opaque materials. Now there is third category of materials through which light can pass partially. Light can pass partially. So the objects are not clearly visible, but they are partially visible. They are visible to some extent. For example, by example you will understand. So, for example, polythene. You can take polythene and keep it in front of your eyes, and you can observe whether you are able to see across the polythene or not. So the things are not clearly visible. However, they are visible blur in blur condition. Okay, the picture is not clear. Okay, children. Then yes, one more example of translucent object is a filter paper on which you put few drops of oil or ghee. When you put few drops of oil or ghee, then you can see that when you see the things across the filter paper, the things are not that much clearly visible. However, they are visible to a certain extent. Okay, children? Is that okay? So in this manner, we have studied the three types of materials based on their ability to pass light through them. Okay, children? So they are transparent objects, opaque objects, or translucent objects. Then we saw what are shadows. Shadows are nothing but the impression of an object. But the impression of an object when an object is kept in front of a source of light and impression of the object is formed on a screen. Okay, so these are called shadows. Shadows are nothing but the impression of the opaque object on which some source of light, the light is distant to a source of light. Okay, children? So for formation of a shadow, we require a source of light, an opaque object, and a screen. Okay, you might have seen when you are playing in the evening, and when light falls from a street light, that light falls on you, and you can see your shadow on the road. Okay, children? So this is shadow. So shadow requires three things. What is that? An opaque object, source of light, and a screen. Okay, children? Then we saw mirror and a reflection. So mirror is a plane mirror is formed by polishing one of the surfaces of a plain glass sheet. Polishing one of the surfaces of a plain glass sheet so that the one surface acts as a reflecting surface while the other surface acts as an opaque surface. Okay, children? So light cannot pass through the mirror and hence it forms images. Okay. Now reflection. When light falls on a opaque object like mirror, when light falls on an opaque object like mirror, the direction of light is changed. The direction of light is changed. This change of direction when the light strikes on an opaque surface like mirror is called reflection of light. It's called what? Reflection of light. This is all that we studied in this chapter. Now we have to see pinhole camera. What is pinhole camera? Okay, let us write down how to make a pinhole camera. Please all of you note down how to make a pinhole camera. boxes so that one slide into another. Take two boxes. Take two boxes so that one can slide into another, so that one can slide into another, with no gap in between them, with no gap, in between them. With no gap in between them. ठीक है, दो बॉक्स लेने हैं so that such that two boxes can slide into one another and with no gap between them. Okay. Cut. One side of each box. One side of each box. Each box on the opposite face of the larger box, on the opposite face of the larger box, make a small hole, in the middle. In the smaller box, cut out from the middle. In the smaller box, cut from the middle. Children, are you getting or not? Are you getting, children? Very good. The smaller box, cut out from the middle. A square to the side, with the side of about 5 to 6 centimeters. 5 to 6 centimeters. Okay. Cover this open square. Open square in the box. With tracing paper. It will act as a translucent screen. It will act as a translucent screen. Okay. Slightly smaller box. Inside the larger one. Inside the larger one with the hole. In such a way that the side with the tracing paper. inside. Is inside. Your pinhole camera is ready for use. Now pinhole camera is ready. Camera is ready for use. Children, look at figure 11.5 on page number 110 of our NCERT textbook. You just look at the figure how they have made the pinhole camera. They have taken two boxes of approximately same size, one slightly larger than the other one. So and they should fit into one another, slide into one another with no gap between them. Then we have made a hole on the opposite face of the larger box, made a small hole. We have made on the opposite side of the larger box a hole in the middle. A hole is made in the middle. A hole is made in the middle. Okay. In the smaller box, cut out from the middle, a square with a size of about 5 to 6 centimeters. Smaller box में हमें square काटना है 5 to 6 centimeters. Okay. Cover this open square in the box. Cover this open square in the box with tracing paper, which is a translucent screen. Slide the smaller box inside the larger one. Slide the smaller box inside the larger one with the hole in such a way that the side with the tracing paper is inside. Now your tracing paper is ready. Now you please note down. Please note down, children. Please note down. Please note down how to make a pinhole camera. How to make a pinhole camera. Please note down. How to make a pinhole camera. Draw the figure also. Draw figure 11.5 in your notebook. Draw figure 11.5 in your notebook. 11.5 in your notebook. Draw figure 11.5 in your notebook. Okay, children? Hurry up. Now see, holding the pinhole camera, look through the open face of the smaller box. Open face of the smaller box से हमें देखना है. You should use a piece of black cloth. To cover your head and the pinhole camera. Now try to look at some distant objects like a tree or a building through the pinhole camera. Make sure that the object you wish to look at through your pinhole camera are in bright sunshine. वो objects कहाँ होने चाहिए? Bright sunshine में होने चाहिए. Move the smaller box forward or backward till you get a picture on the tracing paper pasted at the other end. Okay. Now let us see the image of the sun with pinhole camera. We need a slightly different setup for this. We just need a large sheet of cardboard with a small pinhole in the middle. Hold the sheet up in the sun and let its shadow fall in a clear area. We see a small circular image of the sun in the middle of the shadow of the cardboard. These are called the pinhole. There are natural pinhole images formed when we look at the when sunlight falls on the tree. Sunlight falls on the tree. There are circular patches of the circular patches. You can see figure 11.6. These are natural pinhole images. Okay, children. Is that clear? So with this we have come to an end of this chapter. Now let us see the summary of the chapter. Please write down summary of the chapter. We will write summary. Now we will write summary of the chapter. Summary of the chapter. Summary of chapter we will write here. Okay. You can see the keywords also. You just pick out the keyword. If this keyword is not clear to you, please tell me.
आपके पास दिमाग करने क्यों टेंशन नहीं आपके पास ही दिमाग करना आपके क्यों लो अब ये हिस्से का मामला मैं भी चाह रहा हूँ अब दूसरी जैसे हम लोग और इधर
Yes, children. Now you look at the keywords. Luminous. Is the word luminous clear to you or not? Tell me. Is the word luminous clear to you? Is the word luminous clear to you or not? Tell me. Okay, then mirror. Mirror clear hai? Mirror is clear or not? You tell me. Mirror. Is mirror clear to you or not? Only one or two children are giving response. What about others? Then opaque. What are opaque objects? What are opaque objects? Clear? Okay, very good. Then pinhole camera. Just now I have told what is pinhole camera. Just now I have told what is pinhole camera. Then reflection. Reflection is the change of direction of light when it falls on an opaque object like mirror. Okay, this is called reflection of light. Then shadow. What is a shadow? Shadow is the impression of an object, of opaque object, when it falls impression of an opaque object when the source of light falls on it. Okay, children? This is called shadow. Then translucent. Translucent materials are those materials through which light can pass slightly, but not whole light passes. So the objects are not clearly visible, but partially visible. Then transparent. What are transparent materials? Such materials which allow light to pass through them, and hence we can see across them clearly. Okay, children? Is it clear? Okay. Then what do you mean by Raman Mala clear translucent? What is meant by this clear translucent? Can you explain what is meant by this? Raman Mala, I am asking you what is meant by this clear translucent. You just tell me, children. Okay, now can you do the exercise? Let us see the exercise of the chapter. Exercise. Exercises. So exercises, rearrange the boxes given below to make a sentence that helps us understand opaque objects. Let us do first question. इसको कैसे अरेंज करोगे? First of all, let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. तो ऐसे बना देंगे. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four, 5, and 6, and here 7. Okay. So now this sentence you have to make meaningful sentence out of it. What is this? Opaque objects make shadows. Opaque objects make shadows. That's like you have to write. So opaque, Adam, opaque objects. Here we write here. O-P-A-Q, A-Q, U-E, O, object, opaque, object, opaque, object, B, J, E, C, E, object, object. Okay. Okay, come. Opaque, U-E-O, object, P-S-M-T-S-M. Okay, then A-E-E, make shadows. S-H-A-D, A-D, O-W-S. Okay, children? So this parallel you have to do the exercise. Complete your exercise. And one thing I want to tell you, for the next 15 days I will be on leave, so there will be no class, no science class for you. Okay, children? Is it clear to everyone? अगले 15 दिन तक साइंस की क्लास नहीं होगी क्योंकि मैं लीव पे रहूंगा. Okay? Is it clear? But you have to keep practicing science. Okay? You have to revise the chapters. Thank you and have a nice day.